What's going on, YouTube? Let's kill that right there. Mike Anderson here with the 1% solution and living motion monograms. And today we're going to be doing something a little dangerous and a little risque. That's right. We're going to actually put the PC stick to the ultimate test and see if this little thing is going to give us the opportunity to run something as full-fledged as some of our DJ software that's out there. It is what we're at. God, I don't even know what it is today, Friday. It's been insane. I will tell you that much. It is Friday. It's been insane. We just got back from Mobile Beat. Had the bunch of the Sacramento crew there at Mobile Beat 22 for 2018. It was an incredible show. If you guys missed out, you missed out on some really, really, really great content. We just had a blast. So got to see Mike Walters speak. Randy Bartlett, of course, was there, and got to support him a little bit. It's kind of you guys might have seen my post on Facebook. It was a little bittersweet because this was his one of his final speaking engagements. Definitely the kind of the farewell as the keynote, and definitely well deserved. I know a lot of DJs have been helped out by Randy, and definitely including me. I can't say enough of how much he has pretty much single-handedly grew my business just by education. And it's been amazing. I mean, it has been an amazing ride with the 1% solution, and that he had enough, he had confidence in me and to bring me into this whole crazy mess that this not a mess, but a circus, definitely a circus. And we've had a blast all throughout the process. So I look forward to continuing to give you guys education, and we're gonna keep this 1%. We're going to keep that 1% theory alive because it helps way too many people. So, but as I was saying, today we're going to be, I had this idea. We use the PC stick for little things like slideshows. There's a lot we can do with it. I mean, it's a full-fledged Windows 10 PC. If you haven't already, make sure you guys check out the video I have on the PC stick on, I have a whole setup video on it, and I also have kind of a how-to little tutorial on what it can do with playing videos or monograms, some of the software that's included on it and everything. But I wanted to see what could we get away with. I mean, I know computers are a tricky thing. We never know what it is. What's that key little element that's going to take us and make sure that those programs run smoothly, whether it's Serato or Virtual DJ or I don't know who else is. What else are you guys using out there? Make sure in the live chat if you guys are using particular DJ software, let me know. I want to know because I'm kind of curious. I want to continue these tests and see what it is that we can get away with on these things. But I will tell you this: I learned an incredible amount of the difference between even versions. So today we've got Virtual DJ 7 loaded up on the Asus PC stick. We've also got Virtual DJ 8, and we're going to take it a step further, because I also had my Denon 8000, and I was wanted to see if we could make this PC stick catch on fire. So we're gonna find out if that worked as well. Welcome to the live chat. If you're not in here, we definitely want to welcome Bro Lance. Thanks so much for coming. Really appreciate you. And he actually mentioned that he's done this kind of thing before. Said it works. He's done it, but only to set cue points and preview new tracks. I don't think I would trust it in a gig, but it has given me lots of ideas for compact systems. Love to see what your take is on it. So And he was using, let's see, the W5 Mini PC Windows 10 computer stick. So, and that has the Atom Z8350. All right. 2 gigs of RAM. 30. That's the one thing right now. Almost. There is a kind of a group of PC sticks that are pretty much all the same processor, same RAM, same memory. And if you compare as far as just make sure you get those specs, then you're going to be pretty safe when it comes to some of the nicer ones, because there are a lot of the lower end ones out there that are cheap. But I mean, last time I bought the Asus PC stick, I got an extra one. It was like 69 bucks or something during the holidays for fries. They were having a special, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna snag one of those up. So Berlaz also said he's been using it recently for lighting controller. Runs my DMX 2.0 really well. Hooked it up to a 10-inch touchscreen display, thinking about mounting it in a case. See, that's what I'm saying. I want to know what this thing is capable of. I want to see what how maybe Show Express would run on it. Because yeah, if we can do a touchscreen monitor and plug it right in, and maybe Berlad, you can answer your question for me. How does the touchscreen work when you do plug it in? I mean, is it going to use basically one of the USB inputs on it as far as for the touch itself, or does that communicate through the HDMI? Maybe you can let me know in the chat. Randy's here. Randy, darn glad to have you here. Thanks so much for coming in here to the chat. And Reckless Productions, great to have you here, man. Grand VJ work on a PC stick? Not Grand VJ, virtual DJ. I pretty much already know Grand VJ is not going to work on a. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Plus, we only have one output, so that's just not going to. That's not going to fly, I don't think. So, the first thing I want to do though with you guys is I'm going to bring up, and let's see if we can rearrange a couple things here. I've got a. I want to go over the specs with you guys, because first thing, let's do this. Hey, there we are. Okay, so let's take a peek at, that's the wrong side, but that, you know what, that'll work. That will work. All right. So let's take a look first at our specs for the PC stick here. Make this big for you guys. So the Asus, this is the TS10, and it of course comes with Windows 10, which is really nice. Some of them don't come with any at all. Let's see. Make sure I got your guys' chat up here. So fully functional, it basically turns any HDMI equipped monitor, TV, or projector into a PC. You do need to plug a keyboard into it. Little wireless keyboard with the dongle works really, really well. So it's got 32 gigs of RAM. This has the 2 gigabytes of memory, same thing as we were talking about earlier. This has the Atom quad-core processor, which is gonna be imperative to what you guys are gonna see today. It also has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.1, and USB 3.0. So, and then there's also an extra USB 2.0 port on there as well. It also has the basically audio output on it if we end up needing to use that. Kind of the trick to this is that it only has 32 gigs of RAM. Or sorry, 32 gigs of onboard storage. So we may end up wanting to plug it into some kind of hub if we are going to have a music collection on a memory stick, or you know, just use it for, if you end up having to use it, you can put a small emergency collection on there, or maybe your ceremony music would work really well on there, and be able to change up the few songs every week that you're going to be using for like the ceremony. So this is our specs on the TS10, but let's look at virtual DJ. These are going to be, what's the minimum requirements? So supported operating systems, 7, 8, 8.1, and 10, of course. They want you to have minimum the Pentium 4. Okay. Who has a Pentium 4? Who still has a Pentium 4? Oh, wow. Okay, so minimum XP, Windows 7, 512 RAM it's going to take to run, and 20 megabytes of free hard drive space. Really? Only 20 megabytes? Apple's going to be a little bit different. A lot different. Wow. That's interesting. I wonder if I could talk with one of the techs at Virtual DJ and see what they think of what's the difference in the operating systems. Why there are some big differences as far as RAM and hard drive space and stuff. So for video mixing, they want to see ATI or NVIDIA video card with minimum 256 megabytes of dedicated DDR3 RAM. Okay. Video card must support dual screen outputs. Yes. So I will tell you this: we did not go into doing video. We're just concentrating on audio for this one. And I think that is about it that they give us. So the way it looks, it says Core 2. It says multi-channel sound card. I think I have a workaround for that. And 2 gigs of RAM. Retro. Let's see. Okay, well, we have 2 gigs of RAM. But it is also being used by Windows 10. Okay. All right. And well, we got the space on the hard drive. I know that. So this next part I wanted to do for you guys. I did not want to do it live because I did a little test run and it just took way too long. So to save you guys a whole lot of time and a whole lot of hassle, what I end up doing is editing, condensing the video down so that you guys see the streamlined process of it, which I want to share with you guys now. And then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna answer questions in the chat as the video goes. And afterwards, we're gonna talk a little bit more about this and see what the heck was going on. So enjoy this little short video, and I'll be right back. Now, to remind you guys about the setup that we have going on, basically the Asus stick, I've got my just wireless dongle for my keyboard and mouse, and right here we've got our mouse and our little trackpad. So now that we've got Virtual DJ installed, one of the things that I want to do, get our keyboard over here, is with Windows 10, I'm going to hit Control-Alt-Delete and go into my task manager. Now, I decided to switch over to the Elgato game capture card so that you guys can see exactly what is going to be on the screen here. I went into Task Manager, and so basically I wanted to bring this up because it's showing us what our performance is right now. Currently, we are using, as we see at the top here, the only app that's open is the Task Manager, and then we've got a bunch of our background processes. But CPU, we're at hovering, between 2 and 5%. We've got memory at 32%, and that is to run Windows basically. So it's already using, almost a third of our memory just for running Windows. Now, we know this thing does great with playing, media files. I probably wouldn't do huge media files, video files or whatever. We know that it'll do still images, slideshows, stuff like that, because we've used those for like doing monograms and everything. But we want to see what else we could use this for. So I will end up leaving this up during this process so that we can see the differences. And let's see. I'm going to get rid of network. And that way we can see our GPU, our graphics processing. See what kind of load is going on that as well. So let's start with the what we think would be the a little less powerful version of Virtual DJ, and we're going to start out Virtual DJ Pro. So right off the bat, we've added Virtual DJ in here. Not bad. No, I'm surprised. The memory wise, it jumped up to 36%. So it's only using another 24 megabytes of memory. But look at this. We're already at 34% for their CPU. And on our desktop, the good news is we know it loads. We know it'll open the program. I've got some, a few songs on here as well. And obviously we're not going to end up playing the audio. I'm going to bring down the volume because of copyright. But as we loaded the song, we can see that memory jumped up a little bit. Went up to 60 megabytes. But again, it's settling. The memory usage total is settling back down to about 33%. All right, and then if we hit play, so it's loaded the song. All right, so we've loaded the song, and I want to bring the volume up just a little bit on this. Hopefully we won't get knocked or tagged. And I'm going to change we'll keep the pitch normal. But there's some small speakers on this thing, so you may end up being able to hear it a little bit as it begins. But right off the bat, visually, to me, it looks a little jumpy. But the sound, there's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't sound abnormal at all. So we got one playing. Well, let's go ahead and load another track in here. So now that's the thing with Virtual DJ. It's loading the entire track onto our memory. So it's loaded that entire another 5 megabytes of audio into here. We see our CPU kind of bumping up just a little bit, but not. It's going back down to 36. It was up to 43. So 2 songs loaded, say 2 songs playing. We've got right about 39 on the CPU and about 34 on the memory. So not doing bad at all. I'm impressed. Now, one of the things we want to check out, I think this is going to put a load on it. If we change our pitch, not bad. It's still holding at 38. I thought it was going to really have an issue with this, but it's not. That's good. All right. And I'm sure there's a ton of stuff that you could do with configuration, so which we'll try and get into as well. So like performance, latency, safe, optimize for latency, optimize for quality. Right now, yeah, we've got it optimized for quality. Got fast stretching, quality resizing. And video is not active, which we're never going to be able to do video with it anyway. We know that. I'm not even going to attempt that. So the old virtual DJ seems to be working just fine. So we're going to let this settle back down. We're back down to about 1% CPU usage and 30% memory, which is back to normal. And we've got virtual DJ 8. We're going to open up, see what happens here. All right, so CPU's jumped up during the startup. Went to 53 for a split second, came back down. Now we're at about 13%. Memory is about 38%, so that's about what it was before. But you're going to notice something over here. Look at this. GPU, which we weren't getting this before. Our GPU, it's virtual DJ 8 is actually using graphics processing, and although on the memory stick, graphics processing is kind of done through our CPU as well. So let's see here. So we're going to go ahead and go into our music, the same files. So it's loading one completely, and where our CPU is up to 48%. Memory is kind of hovering still about 37. Came up a little bit, was it? Because it's got the song loaded in there. We hit play. Now look at that. CPU is staying really low, and it's got some designated memory for GPU. So it's virtual DJ 8 is actually using a lot more. Turn this down a little bit. It's actually using a lot more of the GPU, which kind of makes a lot of sense with the advances they made with virtual DJ 8, and you can see how much really great a laptop with great graphics processing is how it does, how well it works for you, and that you will benefit from it. Yeah, I know it's not doing video, but what it is doing is using the graphics to decode and basically kind of render the audio. So let's see, we're going to load the second one in while this one's playing. And CPU comes up, 60%. It's come up, now it's coming back down. Memory is slowly creeping, now we're at 36. And GPU is holding at 45% here. So we're playing two at once. Some of the GPU is being used by just the graphics on the screen and stuff. But it's definitely much smoother. So we can see the visuals are much smoother with virtual DJ with something as small as this PC stick. And I think that really kind of comes into play with how much they have adapted the software to use the graphics processing just for the visual displays on the screen and stuff. So we can always go into the menu here and kind of see what options are available. So we can change our skins. Got our audio. One of the other cool things that we could do is actually, since this PC stick has Bluetooth built into it, I could send this audio directly from this directly to my, say, my Evolve 50s, my EVs that have Bluetooth built in. So far we have definitely proven that we could easily use this PC stick, just plug it into the back of a monitor and use the audio jack out on it in order to play music for our events. And basically you just have a screen like maybe with your ceremony system. And I think that's really what this is going to be best used for. If you end up, needing a backup for something, but you can have a backup player and be able to play music and, send your audio, maybe deck 1 to your left side and deck 2 to your right side, like a lot of us do, if you don't want to use a controller. But what if we do plug a controller? This thing has a USB 3.0. So it definitely has the lanes and stuff to handle a 3.0 device. Why don't we try and plug in something like, oh, I don't know, my MC8000 directly into the Asus PC stick and see how it will handle with that. That's what we're doing next. Now, in order to do this, one of the things we have to do is figure out which one of these. I think it's this one. And I've got to get my... Now, on the PC stick itself, you guys will see one of these is blue, and the other one is basically black on the inside. So we want to use the blue one because that's the faster USB. Oh, definitely recognized it. Sorry about the cables here. We're going to switch back over. All right, so a message just came up. It said, you just plugged in a Denon MCX8000. This controller is already configured for virtual DJ, but if you wish to modify the behavior, you say, okay. We'll hit OK. And display right. Now if we go into our settings, we've got, it says Denon MCX8000. So, the big question, will it work? So one of the things I think I'm going to have to do is that obviously it recognizes the controller right away. But what I did not do is I did not install the Windows drivers for it. So although Virtual DJ recognizes it, still going to need to make sure that the drivers are installed. And if I install something, one of the things I always do, we're going to restart. All right, so we got our Denon drivers installed. We know it's configured correctly. Let's go ahead and see if we have control. Oh, 1, 2, I got 3 and 4. Not bad. All right, let's load a song. See what happens here. It's loading the song. CPU's jumping up to about 70. Look at GPUs. It's really using everything. CPU and GPU, kind of spreading it out, and it's pretty even, which I like to see. And hey, I've got my controls, so I can set hot points on my controller. I can hit play. But the cool thing is, like I said before, the audio is coming through the sound card itself, and so we don't have to. We're just using basically the lanes on the USB 3.0 that's on the Asus stick, and we've got some of the sound processing being handled by the mixer itself. But now we have 4 channels. We can use this as a DJ mixer, and this is pretty insane that it's actually working like this. Let's go with another song. We'll load it up. See what happens. Oop, we're creeping up there. It's definitely using CPU to get stuff loaded, but I'm surprised at how little memory it's using. And CPU jumps up when we're loading a song. Let's go to our third player. Set a couple key points. Hit play. Now we got 3 songs playing. Nice. And we're going to our... Alright, we're loading the 4th song. It's definitely slowing down on the load. That is for sure. And I'm listening to this in the headphones, and music is still crystal clear. That is so cool. I mean, we're running an MCX 8000 off of a PC stick. How insane is that? Now the song's loaded, and we're 55, 62, 66 for the CPU. GPU is still about 50% and a little bit over that. Memory is still like 41%. That's 4 songs. Let's hit play on the 4th song. Look at that. That's insane. I thought that we could get the program to work, and I was sketchy about that. But to get a controller this size and play 4 different MP3 files, I'm impressed. I am impressed. And again, my applause doesn't necessarily go to the Asus PC stick. because of course it has its limitations. But I mean, for virtual DJ to be able to create a program that can run on something as little as this, and we're going to compare the specs and see what they suggest as far as requirements. And the requirements are also for like doing video and stuff. But if you're just doing audio, this thing could be a great little backup if you get in a crunch. Your computer dies or something, or if you've got a set extra screen, or if you want to create a ceremony system with just a screen. I think this is a really good option rather than just like a phone or a media player. I just don't know what else to do. I'm shocked. I'm blown away. So there we have it, guys. Like I said, I barely believed it myself. I mean, think about this. It's such a small device, and we know it's not a lot of power. So, as I said in the video, my hat's off to Virtual DJ and what they've done with the software. It is, as you can see, it's very streamlined, and of course we haven't tried video and everything on it to see what that does, but we also know that takes a lot more resources and a graphics card, which we don't have. So again, this is just kind of for fun, and I had never thought in a million years that I could run that board off of it. And the cool thing, I mean, we have 4 channels of audio that we can mix. It's just that it's just awesome. And then we still have our headphones and everything. And being able to play music, we don't have to use the audio out on the PC stick itself. So I don't know. What do you guys think? And again, this is not a knock on any other software whatsoever. This is just one that I wanted to try so far. And, I do want to try some of the other ones. I want to, because by having something that has this little of resources, it kind of gives us a better picture of what is being used and what's not. I would love to sit here, tell you guys exactly how Virtual DJ runs, what it uses, how the algorithms in the software use, what is it using the GPU for? What is it using the CPU for? And I could tell you, but I'd be lying because I have no clue. I'm just like you guys. I'm learning the software. So maybe we can hopefully maybe we can get a hold of one of the techs and get some questions answered on how cool that was. So yeah, would I use it for a main system? No. I think it's got a lot of potential for a lot of different things. Wanted to spark conversation as far as what else you guys think that this can be used for. Burlance in the chat says he's used it for lighting, his lighting software, and that's he's used my my DMX 2.0. Yeah. What about Cocktail Hour? That's one of the things I love about the Evolved 50s is that there's been numerous times where I have streamed a playlist for my iPad or even my phone. Just make sure you put it on Do Not Disturb. And for Cocktail Hour, they didn't need a mic. They just wanted music in an area. So that solved that problem. You can do the exact same thing by taking an audio out and in the back of the power speaker anyway, but it's nice to just having a little bit less to set up. I actually used that configuration before as well, streaming directly to the speaker, and then I put a handheld receiver, wireless mic, the receiver on top of the unit, and then for dinner when we had to do announcements and toasting, I had a separate control, volume control for the mic as I did for the music on the back of the speaker. So if you're in really tight quarters like we were, it definitely has some benefits to it. what there was something else in here that we saw. So I am curious on what Virtual DJ uses the GPU for. Now, is it the graphics in the software? Is it just utilizing the RAM or the, because it's that's onboard graphics. It's not like it doesn't need a graphics card. So I mean, it's onboard the CPU. Yeah. It's definitely not a external or designated graphics card. So yeah, I've got a lot of friends who use all kinds of stuff. Serato is probably one of the choice ones for club DJing. And when I first started, I was using PC DJ, and then went to BPM Studio, which I haven't heard that name in a long time. And that thing was pretty much bulletproof, but it only did one thing, and that was play MP3s. So, but yeah, I was so excited when we were able to start going digital. And then when we basically made the switch over to Virtual DJ quite some time ago, and I actually started using it to do my monograms, because I could, use the video out on it, on the software itself. So if anything, I'd love to see Virtual DJ do a 4-corner keystone. That would be really cool. I think there used to be a plugin for Virtual DJ 7 that kind of allowed you to do it. I don't know if it ever worked, but so if you can fit your Berlin says if you can fit your backup in the same case as your main setup in one case without adding any more weight. Yeah, I mean, it's just a tiny little thing. You could put it on if you got a screen on your system, or you're using a laptop. On my system, I'm running a laptop on the left side and then an extra screen just to extend my desktop to the right. So I've got the screen set up already just in case. Works out well. Jesse says definitely interesting video, fun to watch. And he's surprised at how well it ran. Yeah, man. I'm still shocked. But like I said, my hat's off. My hat is off to all the work that Virtual DJ has put into this little piece of software. Make it incredible, streamline. I haven't had any issues even with the software or the controller that I've been using. So this Denon controller's been solid ever since I got it. Was about a year ago or something. And funny thing, I got it because I love the fact that you can play music off of just a USB drive without computer or anything. I never used it because I haven't had to worry about it. So that's another backup as well. So lighting, we're thinking about, what about, and lighting, audio, ceremony system, small touchscreen monitor. I would have to look. Wonder if there's maybe a battery operated touchscreen monitor. That would be really cool. Well, we'd still have to power the PC stick, so that wouldn't matter. What other uses can you guys think of to be able to use this for? Definitely, like I said, slideshows. I've gone to facilities that have built-in projection, and I've plugged this right into their port on the wall and used the software that I kind of showed you guys which software it is and how to use it. It's Faststone Image Viewer, and the link is in the description of the Asus PC Stick stream that I did. So, but did a slideshow, and all it was that little itty bitty stick, actually stuck into the wall. Didn't have to run any more cables or anything. So, I know that people have also been able to control the PC stick through ad hoc networking with your main I still haven't learned that stuff. There's just so much that you can learn. I got to take it one step at a time. So like I said, guys, the whole point of this was just, hey, let's test stuff out. Let's see what works, what doesn't. That way we understand the technology better in case you get into a bind, in case you know something happens to a piece of your gear. You know, we've got a plan. We've got something that we can use for, God, maybe your lighting rig goes down and all of a sudden now you can't control your lights. Well, maybe this would be a great, having the software on there just as a little backup to be able to control it at least. Would be a great little source. So yeah, the little media players, and bro, that's, you're right. It's, people are saying in the chat that, you know, well, you just use little media player, and the little media players themselves, they do a good job. There's, if you're looping anything, usually they have a little bit of a glitch, and for some reason I think that there's a way to solve that with the right exact codec when you render the video. But unfortunately, none of the media player companies have any idea and what works and what doesn't. They just say what it will play, which is annoying as all out. So, so yeah, guys, you know, if you have any other ideas, I want to challenge you. Put any other ideas you want to see tested on this thing. Put it in the comment section of this video. Let me know. Let me see what I can come up with and test out, you know, maybe your software, whatever it is you're using. See if I can get my hands on it and load it up and see what happens. It'd be a great little test. Have a little bit of fun with it. So hopefully, guys, you know, Monday we're going to be talking more about mobile beat. I've got a lot of video and photos I'd love to share with you guys, and talk about some of the cool things we saw there. There's some new products out, and how we can use them. We had some great seminars as well on projection, and it was an informative week for sure. Well, I appreciate you guys coming out. Thanks so much for joining us here for the live stream. And if you haven't already, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys pound that like button. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button. We are still going for our goal of 1,000 subscribers for this, man. And if you know any DJs who could find this content useful, especially the tutorials and everything, man, send them an email for me. Let them know, hey, check this channel out, subscribe, and that way I know what you guys are enjoying so that we can go in that direction as well. So again, thanks so much for coming out. We will see you guys on the next live stream.